The new and improved Russell Westbrook. For a while now, it was looking like Russ was a difficult player to become a meaningful piece to a championship team, but after a few rough years in LA, he's been balling out in Denver. The Nuggets are 10-3 when Westbrook plays 30 plus minutes, and his impact has gone farther than just that stat. A lot of people believe that it's because of how Denver has reinvented his role, and that is true, but Westbrook has made some personal improvements that have really gone a long way. Let's start with his fit with Nikola Jokic. In the offseason, Jokic had wanted Westbrook to help ease the burden of the offense. Now that sounded crazy in the summer, but their fit together has become a huge focal point for Denver's offense. The most common way they've worked together is in the post. When Jokic is in the post, Westbrook cuts to the basket, and it's Jokic's ability to time his passes that makes this work so well consistently. As mentioned in our past video about the Nuggets offense, the defense knows that Jokic is capable of passing anywhere and at any time. But the problem is they don't realize how much room they need to close off to discourage any pass in the paint. Even with Claxton and another defender in the paint, Jokic still threads that pass to Westbrook and he gets fouled. On this one, Jokic has a mismatch in the post, so Westbrook flashes and he dumps it to Gordon for the dunk. Now on that previous play, you might notice that Westbrook was the guy that connects the initial outlet pass to the scoring opportunity. This right here has been a huge game changer for Westbrook's fit in the offense. He's focused on trying to be a release valve or someone that's positioned to receive a pass to continue moving the offense. Instead of looking to attack with a dribble, he's been finding spaces where his teammates can find him. That then creates enough attention from the defense to react, which then opens up another opportunity for a teammate. In the half court, you might notice him flash to the middle, which then helps move the ball from one side to the next. Even though Jokic is more than capable of making cross-court passes, having someone in the middle makes each pass much easier and increases their chances of creating a good shot. He's been much better this season just understanding how defenses are going to react and where his teammates really are. So even though he's at the three-point line, he knows that Peyton Watson's on the baseline and he has a layup. On this one, Westbrook's at the three-point line again, and this time uses the dribble to blow by and finds a relocating Peyton Watson in the corner. This role is similar to Draymond's role on the offensive end, where his job is to be an outlet and make the next pass to keep the offense rolling. He's the Warriors' secondary playmaker as well, as he needs to identify who's open after all the cutting and screening. The Nuggets have really trusted Westbrook to be that secondary playmaker. He'll be on the wing and then make the right read depending on the defensive coverage, but he's also capable of making the tough pass. He's inbounding it and sees Porter cutting, so he zips it right by the defender's ear and Porter finishes it. These type of passes in tight spaces is why Westbrook has really made Jokic's life easier. A lot of defenders are usually grabbing Jokic, so Westbrook has to thread these passes in the paint, which has allowed Jokic to just catch and finish. He's also done a fantastic job setting Jokic up in the pick and roll. Most teams want to go under the screen because Westbrook can't shoot, but Westbrook is still so explosive at 36 years old, so he's still able to get to the rim, which draws the big man and creates a switch with Jokic. So as long as Westbrook can just throw the ball within Jokic's vicinity, now he has a mismatch at the rim. While I probably wouldn't say this in the past, Westbrook's IQ has really shown this season because he's understanding what defenses are trying to do and then figure out where his opportunities really lie. And when you play with an offensive genius like Jokic, it allows him to improvise to make things happen. For example, Westbrook drives and hands it to Jokic. He then screens Claxton, which acts as a pick and roll, and then gets rewarded with a cut and eventually a layup. On this one, Westbrook appears to run a pick and roll to his left, but after he switches right, Jokic adjusts by setting a screen with his butt to point Westbrook in that direction. That forces a switch, and now Jokic can post into the paint and score. And then on this one, after the Nets scored, Jokic calls for the ball immediately. Westbrook sees that, so he sprints down to be an outlet. Jokic delivers the ball immediately, and Westbrook finds Strawther on the cut. Now, as mentioned earlier, his improvement this season doesn't just fall in Denver's hands. In fact, out of all the changes made this year, the biggest one is Westbrook's improved finishing. Over the past 2 seasons in LA, he only hit 44% of his driving layups, but in Denver, that number is at 60%. Some of that is due to the fact that Denver is a movement offense. When Westbrook drives, the Nuggets have other actions set up to distract the defense, so Westbrook just needs to beat his defender. Whereas in LA, both the Lakers and Clippers offense are a little more standstill, so Westbrook had to work harder to create good shots at the rim. But I think it's his approach that has really changed. In LA, I thought he wanted to charge the basket too much. What I mean by that is he would literally put his head down and then get to the basket, but he didn't account for all the variables at the rim. Who's at the rim? Am I in a good position to even finish at the rim? If you notice, he's often off balance on a lot of these layups. He would put himself in weird positions where finishing would be difficult. And when he had a big man on him, he would just throw it up and hope that it could get over them. But in Denver, he's been much more focused on getting on balance. Notice that he's still driving hard, but he's putting himself in a good position to attack once he's corralled the ball. When he's going up, he's gaining more ground to finish closer to the rim, and if he needs to make an adjustment, now he's giving himself the time to go up and under. When there's a big man in there, notice how he's using his off arm to fend them off so that they can't block a shot. All of this is all spatial awareness. He's doing a better job reading who's on the floor and who might be coming so that he can position himself to finish with strength. To me, that's been the biggest change, because with Westbrook's ability to finish, now that opens up passing opportunities and gives the defense more things to think about. So while most believe that Russ was done, Denver knew what they were getting. Russ is a unique player, and they chose to reinvent his role. But it's also Russ's high IQ that we're seeing this year and his improved finishing that's made him an important piece for this team, which they'll really need to make a real playoff push. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you'd like to support me, here's where you can do so. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.